See, overall nationwide, there has been strong anti-BN sentiments, number one, among the Indian voters, and there was also strong the voters wanting change lah. They wanting change in government. There's a strong sentiments wanting change. So that was the uphill battle that I had to face as an independent candidate. One lah. In Kota Raja specifically, it was made worse by Vedamurti joining Barisan Nasional, literally on the eve of the election day. Eve of general election, literally lah, technically, eve of election day. That caused a lot of confusion, and basically I think I was punished, by the Indian voters because Vedamurti joined Barisan Nasional. And at the 11th hour, made worse by the 11th hour. So, despite we clarifying, I think Sufyan or Malaysia Kini interviewed me during the midst of the elections as well. And I said, no, we have been, how much it will affect me lah. So I said, no, we have been giving explanation to the Indians that Vedamurti joined. It has got nothing to do with us. And immediately on the day he joined Barisan Nasional, we disassociated ourselves. And within a few days, we sacked him from Hindraf. Okay, because on the 25th November Hindraf rally, at that time, I was the one and only Hindraf leader. I called every shots, I fired every shots. It was only after my imprisonment under the ISA on 13th of November 2007 that Vedamurti took the reins lah. He became the he took charge of Hindraf only after my detention. Before my detention, nobody knows who Vedamurti is. You can do a Google search, that will prove it lah. So despite we explaining that we have got nothing to do with Vedamurti joining Hindraf, I'm joining BN, and that is different. I mean, it's his decision lah, But despite that, we were bombarded with questions. No, after all, he's your brother. How can you say no? He's your brother. Okay, for which I don't have a real answer. I just have to say it's two different individuals. He's got a mind of his own. If his personal interest comes above the struggle of Hindraf, there's nothing we can do. If he has now so in Tamil they say padavi panam padavi asai lah. That means you already got the desire for positions, for power, for money, and then we can't do anything if you've already got that desire. If that desire has got the better of him, of Vedamurti, and then there's nothing we can do. But despite the explanation, I suppose we were discussing among ourselves whether the 15-day campaign period is enough time to explain to the people that we are different from Vedamurti. But of course, the results shows that number one, they were not convinced. Number one. Number two is they did not buy my answer lah. They really felt that I was also part of that BN game. They said that the brothers are playing a game. The brothers are acting, and then even Sandiwara, and even if I won the elections, I will cross over to BN, just like my brother. So that was the prejudice against me, which I could not do anything. But last Saturday, Saturday was the 11th of May, we had a post-mortem meeting. In the post-mortem meeting, we discussed why number one, we lost. Number two, we lost our deposit. Number three, we lost very badly. That means for Parliament Kota Raja, almost about 92% of the Indians themselves did not vote for us. Why? Okay. Whereas during our campaigns in the ground, we were greeted warmly. There were warm greetings. Nobody really told us off. Nobody scolded us. We were greeted warmly. In fact, at one temple function, I got a warmer greeting. Xavier and Siti Maria were there. The people greeted me more warmly than they greeted Xavier or Siti Maria. But when it comes to voting, they voted for change, one. Number two, they voted for against Vedamurti joining BN, protest lah against Vedamurti joining BN. So that were the two factors, and out of 30 people who attended our post-mortem meeting, 26 said that Vedamurti's cause, joining BN, was the main factor as to why 26 out of 30 lah, I don't know, that works up to about what, I don't know, almost about 95% or so, that Vedamurti joining BN on the eve of general elections was the cause for our defeat lah. And then the second reason is not only Kota Raja, nationwide there is a strong winds of change lah. People wanting change, the Indians wanting change, and then especially the Indians, they have been oppressed under the BN rule for 57 long years. They want change, so basically they voted for change. Number one, Vedamurti, main factor. Factor number two is people want change. So the Indians and the Chinese and the Malays, they wanted change, so they voted for change lah. As a result of our meeting, post-mortem meeting on the 11th of May, last Saturday, we said that within a year of Vedamurti joining Barisan Nasional, people will know the real Hindraf lah. The real Hindraf is the Hindraf led by me. The real Hindraf has not joined Barisan Nasional. It will continue being a pressure group, both against Barisan Nasional and Pakatan Rakyat. You know, of course, it's a very difficult job. It's an unpopulist, not popular. We are not being politically correct. We concede lah, but there is a vacuum lah. There's a vacuum for a check and balance against Barisan Nasional, against institutionalized racism by Barisan Nasional and also by Pakatan Rakyat. Okay, so we have got a job, and I feel within a year, people will know who the real Hindraf is, and people will come back. The equilibrium will set in. People will know that I am the real leader of Hindraf, and that Vedamurti is what shall I say? Renegade. To me, he's a traitor lah. To me, renegade Vedamurti is a traitor to the Hindraf to the Hindraf cause. We have made that very clear. We dissociate ourselves from Vedamurti. He's not Hindraf. He has been sacked from Hindraf. You know, during the midst of the elections, it was I think it was Sunday, 5th of May was the general elections. It was 28th of May. I'm sorry, 27th of May. So 27th of April. 27th of April was a Sunday. We had a press conference and we basically sacked Vedamurti from Hindraf. We made a decision by the Hindraf Supreme Council. To me, Hindraf will still be relevant. Okay, so now we operate under the basis of Hindraf 18-point demands. Hindraf 18-point demands. We operate on that basis, and I still sign off as P. Uday Kumar, de facto leader Hindraf. This letter is dated 27/2/2013. Okay, for example, to Datuk Hishamuddin Tun Hussein and Ketua Polis Negara Haji Ismail bin Haji Omar. Okay, on the police urgently implement IPCMC, police arrest and disappearance come murder like Bangsa Shan, police inaction in arresting and prosecuting murderer of Murugesu Laki Subramaniam was shot dead. You know, for example, this is a public interest issue which concerns suddenly an Indian is shot dead. Now, like today alone, there were 2 Indians. Let me see, 3 Indians shot dead in one day today. I can give you the example. So these issues, Anwar Ibrahim will not raise it, Lim Kit Siang will not raise it, Hadi Awang will not raise it, Ambiga will not raise it, Charles Santiago will not raise it, Sivarasa Rasia will not raise it, M. Kulasegaran will not raise it. So it's a pity that I did not get to go to Parliament to champion the real and the serious real cause of the Indian poor, the very serious cause of the Indian poor. Too bad. I mean, it is to me, in Tamil there's a saying, Makkal Tirpu, Magesan Tirpu. That means the verdict of the people is the divine verdict lah. Now we have to accept, whether we like it or not, we have to accept. So we accept the verdict of the people. There's no two ways about it.